So hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today my friends, I'm very happy to be back to present you another video about Flasks. And today we are back finally again with a build guide. It has been so long, and this is about the Archmage Ice Nova Frostbolt build that we are playing like for the last few weeks. Yes, it is an amazing build, 100%. I mean, many people also asking on my latest YouTube videos, oh, can we see the POE and so on. I mean, now we are set. Now I finished the build as I wanted to. Okay, you will see also like we have the mage blood, but don't worry, you don't need all of those expensive stuff. You still can do it without it. Okay, but you with this video you will see what you can target. Okay, but yeah, I mean, you can see also it's an Archmage Ice Nova Frostbolt build, is pretty much meta, and yes, it is based on Caesarian's build 100%, but we have made so many changes to it. We have made it more tanky and so on, that I can say that it's pretty much different, and you will see it, okay, when we go through this. Okay, before we start, I'm just gonna show you already some stuff so that you know how tanky this build is. Really, we have spell damage suppression chance 100%, nothing big. Okay, we have chaos resistant capped. Okay, we are immune to all of the ailments. Okay, and then what is very nice, I mean, immune to bleeding. Okay, but what is very nice and is a bit different is we are crit immune, we are curse immune. So that's something that is really nice, and you will like 100% feel that, my friends. Okay, so that's a big difference already to Caesarian's version, for example. I'm not saying it's better, I'm just saying it's different than Caesarian. Okay, so because this guy is also like really crazy. I mean, Caesarian is big up. Okay, so yes, as for every video or build guide, we are gonna start with the pros and cons, then we go to the skill gems, gear and the flasks, then we are gonna go with the skill tree and remainings, how I play it, and some gameplay, my friends. Okay, we are gonna do a tier 17 map and the screaming invitation with over 80% quantity, so you will see also the DPS that is really not bad. And yes, I mean, don't forget that we are gonna also put the POE under the video description so that you can copy this build. So let's go now for the pros and the cons. So my friends, now with the pros and the cons, as you know, I love to freely speak. Actually, if now, for example, just somebody asks me what is good, what is bad about this build, I could just say what I'm gonna say. It is that this build feels really tanky, really good. It has a lot of DPS, even though people are gonna say, oh, non-crit version of this build doesn't have DPS. You will see it has for sure. Then what is the most nice about this version is we have a lot of immunity to a lot of things. I mean, crit immunity, curse immunity. That means also on tier 17s, if the monsters have like 400 or 500 more crit and multipliers, we don't care, since we don't feel it. Then also like crit avoidance and stuff like that, we don't care because we are non-crit. Okay, and then also like curses, so more curses on map modifiers the better, because we are immune to them. So it is a really nice thing about this build. And yeah, I mean, you can make like a much cheaper version. This is like high end. Okay, this is high end, but you can go for less stuff. I mean, you really don't need that much juice on your build, but if you can afford it, why not? I would say we on this build we are at a cost of 1 to 1.5 mirrors. Okay, 1.5 is realistic to like copy this build, just because of the 2 enchantments we have on the wand, then the mage blood, and then the awakened spell echo we have. only those few items, yeah, make almost a divine, okay? Actually, it does a divine. And then the rest is not that costly. All of the rest, you can really pretty much buy it for like, for example, this one is one of the also very big items, but for 2025 divines you should be able to buy it. Okay, so that's the pros. And then the cons, yeah, I mean the cons it is that it doesn't have elemental reflection, even though you can have, like, if you have mage blood, where do I have it? You can have, like, for example, this one, okay, Quicksilver Flask. For example, we replace it and you see reduced reflected damage taken during effect, so we will be immune to reflection. Okay, so that's very nice. I mean, it's an option, but I mean, it's a con. It's a negative point about this build. Let's say it like that. We can say do every mod. I mean, everything that like takes out a lot of our action speed is bad, but that's on tier 17s, for example. Then also no regen, that's bad. No leech, it's bad. Stuff like that. But anything else, you will find it out as soon as you have your regex going. Easy game, you will see. Okay, my friends, but there is not much to say. I mean, if a con, yeah, negative point is if you want to make this or copy this version, it's gonna be expensive, my friends. Okay, so but yeah, it is very strong. So that was it with the pros and the cons. Now let's talk about the skill gems. So my friends, let's talk now about the gems. In the first weapon we have Empower. You can go for level 4 but not needed. Okay, then Eternal Blessing 2020 and Wrath. Okay, very nice aura, gives us a lot of damage, 100%. Then on the second weapon we have Clarity. We have Clarity because of our unique jewel we have. It's very important for mana regen, but that I'm gonna talk about it on the tree section, why it's so important. And Frostblink of Windry blasts and Arrogance. Okay, so you will combine those three. And then in the helmet we have Greater Volley, we have Frostbolt 2120, then Conductivity 2023, and then Feeble 2023. As you can see, we are cursing twice, so we have two curses, and that's like a nice moment to talk now about the amulet, where you see the implicit, it is an Azuris foible, where we have like additional curse. That's why we have those two gems. Okay, but that was only a side note because we are not in the item section. Then in our 6th link we have the inspiration link to Awakened Lightning Penetration, Ice Nova of Frostbolts, Archmage support 2120. That's a nice one. If you can afford the 21, go for it. Is one divine. Awakened Spell Echo is very nice. I mean, you can go for Spell Echo 100%, but if you have those extra 60 divides, go for it, because of the final repeat of supported skills has 20% chance to deal double damage. It's huge. Okay, and then Intensify support. Okay, and then as in our pair of gloves we have Frost Shield, we have increased area of effect, we have more duration and Sigil of Power. And then in our pair of boots we have Arcane Cloak 2120, important, Arcane Search, Automation and more duration. Okay, those are the skill gems that we are like using. Simple, my friends. And now let's talk about the gear and the flasks. Let's go. So my friends, now we are gonna talk about my favorite section of any build guide. It is the gear and the flasks. So the gear, we have twice the same want, where we want the most important is the cast speed, the mana, very important, and then the spell damage. Okay, very nice. And then the chance to deal double damage while focused. okay, and then chance to deal double damage, okay. Normally you will find like one with high cast speed, with high mana and spell damage. That is already very nice, where you can craft chance to deal double damage on it, okay. That is already enough. When you want to go like very high, you want the chance to deal double damage while focused, but that's a difference, a tremendous difference in the cost of the wand, okay. And then yeah, I mean, the enchantment Haunted by Tormented Spirits gives us a lot of cast speed, movement speed, and so on. It is amazing, not mandatory, but it will feel amazing, okay. So we have two wands like that. Then we have the helmet, pretty easy, Kitava's Thirst, okay, where we have corrupted it, the implicit lightning damage leached as life, okay. I don't know what is the price at the moment for those. We can check it very quickly without, yeah, it's 20 chaos. As you can see, when I bought it, it was 3 divines or 4, so 20 chaos you can buy it. And yeah, I mean, there is nothing to say. Like the modifier of mana, you want it as high as possible. I mean, there is no secret to it, okay. Then we have our amulets, okay, where I already talked about it. We want implicit, you can apply an additional curse. I don't know how much it is worth at the moment, so 15 divines, yeah, it's a bit costly, but totally worth it, okay, since we can then go for enfeeble and conductivity, and then we allocate inveterate, okay. So, and then we go for our rings. We want twice normally cast speed, okay, and then the chaos resistance, I mean, is the most important. The rings for chaos resistance, since we want to cap it, okay, and then we want mana and life, okay. Then the mana regen is also very, very nice. On this one we have even damage taken recouped as life, not important since we are not focusing on that, but if you have it, is a nice addition, but really not important, okay. But yeah, I mean, this is not a great ring, as you can see, since we have the evasion rating that we don't care. The mana is also a lot high, but still does its work, okay. Then our 6th link, it is something we made together, okay. Last time we crafted it. We can go for much better modifiers for much less. This is very easy to craft, to be honest, okay. I crafted this in 1 divine, I think, okay. We want pretty much the chance to suppress spell damage, we want life, and that's it. I mean, if we can have mana, as you can see, very, very nice and open prefix to craft that, okay. But the chance to suppress spell damage is the most important, so that we can cap it, okay. But you see on this body armor, we have chance to gain frenzy charge on hit. In my opinion, it's the easiest way to get frenzy charges, is the implicit on the body armor. You can get it anywhere else, but frenzy charges are way too nice to not take them. We'll have like all the time 3 frenzy charges, okay, because of that. And then we have the increased movement speed, nice addition. Do we feel it? Yeah, maybe. I don't feel it, but because we are already that fast, okay. And then the pair of gloves, we have chance to suppress spell damage, amazing, dexterity, amazing, then life and mana, and then some resistances that we will have even normally because of the increased damage with hits against chilled enemies, okay. So that's very, very nice. Do we need it? Yes. It is like a lot of DPS right there, but you can do it without it. I did tier 16 farming, even tier 17 killing without this mod. But if you have it, why not? And then increased damage while leeching. It is nice, but never forget, we are not over leeching. That means it's not all the time. I mean, it's only while we are leeching, as it's written there. Okay, then pair of boots, we have a chance to spell damage, the movement speed as always, chaos resistance, life, and some resistances. Then on implicits, we have the action speed and chance to avoid being poisoned, okay. I mean, I didn't talk about it, but here also we can go for the implicit chance to suppress spell damage and chance to unnerve enemies. That's really, really nice. Go for that, okay. And then we have our Mage Blood heavy belt. There is not much to say. I mean, there is, yeah, I mean, everybody knows what it is, okay? And I want to point out this is a very nice foiled version, okay? I paid some extra divines for it, but totally worth it. So then we have our flasks. Very easy. We have our silver flask where we have immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood. Then we have bismuth flask where we have spell damage leech as energy shield during effect. Huge because that's our leech for energy shield, so very nice. On our tree we are taking the note that 10% of our leech is instant, so you can calculate for yourself or understand that this is very nice. Then we have reduced effect of curses. That's how we get curse immune because of that, okay, with the quicksilver. Then the sulfur flask, chance to avoid being shocked. That's the most important because of this, with combined with our unique jewel in the tree that we are gonna talk after. Because of that we are like immune to all ailments, okay, because of that, okay, very important. And sulfur flask, and then progenesis. It's a nice addition. If you can't afford the progenesis, you can go for anything else. I was like using, for example, if you're doing mapping, Oriat's End, so that we have explodey. Okay, it's also nice, but yeah, I'm going for progenesis to be extra tanky. Okay, so my friends, this was it with the key on the flask. Now we are going to talk about the skill tree and remainings. So now the skill tree and the remainings. I mean, the skill tree, you can pretty much copy it. We are at level 97. The bandits, we kill them all to have this extra skill point, okay? You just copy as it's here, but I want to point out like the jewels, okay? So here we have the balance of terror, okay? Immune to reflected damage if you have cast punishment. We are not using punishment. I tried it. For me, it's a waste of a gem, okay, just to have reflection, so I'm not using it. But take no extra damage from critical strikes if you have cast Enfeeble in the past 10 seconds. So, my friends, here it is, Enfeeble. We are using it all the time, okay, and that's how we become crit immune, okay. That's the first thing that's also changed to Caesarians, okay. Then the Storm Shroud, okay, modifiers to chance to avoid being shocked apply to all elemental ailments. Here we have it, okay. It is with this flask. You have other options to get shock immunity, but this is like the best or the cheapest way of doing it. It is with this sulfur flask, since we are going over 100%, so we get like avoidance to all ailments, okay, elemental ailments. Then which jewel we have? Yes, the careful planning. Intelligence from passives in radius is transformed to dexterity. That's how we get a lot of dexterity. That is pretty much mandatory or needed. Then we have mind over matter. Tattoo of the Tazalu Shaman. Take one, very nice, 5% chance to hinder enemies on hit with spells. You can read for yourself what it does. It is really nice. Then we have the unnatural instinct. There is not much to say, just put it here, okay. You see it by yourself. If you go over it, look at what it does. It is amazing. Then the Light of Meaning. Passive skills in radius also grant +5 to maximum mana, okay. We are at 9,400, okay. If we take that out, we are at 8,400, so it gives us 1,000 mana, what is very amazing because mana makes us tanky, and it's a lot of DPS, okay, the mana. And then, my friends, we have the glorious Vanity Timeless Jewel, okay, where we make corrupted soul, and then we have like here 19% chaos resistance, for example, that we get out of it. Okay, but there is one jewel I am missing out that I wanted really to point out that is very important for us. Is it this one? Yeah, the Watcher's Eye. So Watcher's Eye, very important, my friends. This one. We have double clarity modifiers, you can see. But the most important is the last one. Chance to recover 10% of mana when you use a skill while affected by clarity. The most important. Whenever we are getting out of mana, or you're saying, "Oof, I'm getting out of mana all the time," we just use our Frostblink like a few times, because we are very, very fast. Okay, even faster when we are doing maps, because we have the tormented spirits on us. So this is like slow. You will see after, when we are doing a map, we are much faster, and so we are gonna regain mana very fast like this. But also very, very nice, it's the 10% 10% of maximum mana as extra maximum energy as well, affected by clarity. It is, I mean, shield is 4,800, we take it out, it's 3,600. So 1,200 shield just because of that. Okay, so that's very, very nice. But if you can't afford it, don't go for it. Okay, I can just show you this. This is like, this is the most important. If you want double that, 100 divines at the moment, people going for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Maybe you can go, yeah, 25 divines if you divine it yourself. I mean, you can see it's a bit expensive at the moment, those two, but very, very nice, my friends. I mean, we went over the 3, then the remainings, the Pantheon, we are going for Brine King, and then we go for Shakari, okay? So that's the 2 that we are going for. So, my friends, this was it with the skill tree and remainings now, and we are gonna talk about how I play it. So my friends, now we are arriving at the section how I play it. I mean, as you know, with all the builds that we play, it is very simple, because otherwise, if it's too much clicking and piano, I don't like it and I will not play the build. So what do? We just activate automation, wrath and clarity, and we are done. Okay, that's the 3 auras we are using. Okay, then left click, we have nothing. Right click, I'm using Frostblink. Then Frost Shields on Q, Sigil of Power on W, Ice Nova Frostbolts on E, and Focus on R. So how am I playing? I go around, okay, and then whenever I want to stand still, or I say a great group of mobs, I just use Frost Shield and Sigil of Power like this, and I spam my Ice Nova, okay, and I go a bit around so that I don't get like too much hit by too much shit, okay, but that's how I play it. Then if we need that extra boost of damage, but that's only on big monsters or on bosses, okay, we click on R, so we are focused for 4 seconds, so we do a lot more damage, okay. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I mean, there's not much to say. That's how I play it, and for anything else, it is all automated, okay. And now we go to the section of gameplay. Let's go. So finally we arrived at the gameplay, and most people are watching this section, so let's go, my friends. The first thing, I'm gonna show you like a screaming invitation, so to show you the DPS it has and how tanky it is. Okay, it is a 80 quantity plus 1, so let's go. So you can see how it acts against bosses. Okay, it's not a big boss, but as you seeing that, you see how good this build can be. Okay, so we are not, yeah, we almost did it 1 go. I hope I'm not gonna fuck up this. There we go, and then we finish him off. Okay, and you see the tentacles that hit me didn't do really much against me. Okay, so now you saw against like a screaming invitation how strong it is. I mean, all the other invitation is it's a joke, okay? So, and now I'm gonna show you like a tier 17. This tier 17 has 130 quantity and 100 rarity, so you will see how it acts, okay? We are gonna go for our map strat, that we are making a lot of currency with it. I'm not gonna take the shrines, otherwise you will say, ah yes, your build is that strong because of the shrines. I'm not gonna take it, okay? I'm just gonna ignore them. Only if I see like a Kovedia shrine, then I'm gonna take. Oh nice, we have this, so we are gonna make them a bit more tanky. So as you can see, this is easy. We just run through this and then we spam our E. That's pretty much what you're doing. We are like killing everything. Then sometimes we take those here, you know, those altars. And as I said, I'm not taking any of the shrines. You can see how easy it is. Now I forgot to put delirium, but trust me, delirium doesn't add anything. Oh, we have this starfall. Let's go, so you can see how strong it is against this boss. Okay, but yeah, I mean, this is nothing important. I mean, this boss is a joke to any build. We are insta phasing. I think I can like really tank everything. I can just stand still. I think he can't kill me. Yeah, our regain, look how much shit is hitting us. Normally it can't, yeah, it can't. We can just like brainless stay at the middle and then we spam our E. Now comes the last phase. Normally we can get hit by everything. Maybe you have to move a bit around, click sometimes on right click to get the mana, and that's it. But you can see it's piece of cake, guys. I mean, his build really is amazing. Let me just take those here really quick. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't be doing this while I'm doing gameplay on the build guide, but yeah, we are POE players. I can't say no to money, currency and everything, you know. I'm not gonna do the Cassia. So now let's see this boss. Okay, so I put QW and then I spam them. As you can see, he can't kill me. Normally this doesn't harm me and it's done. Okay, I was just sitting on him. Okay, pretty easy. Okay, as you can see, we take out the boss. And trust me guys, I just forgot to put delirium on this map, but it's not much different, okay? Really not. This is no problem at all. Tier 17s with this version of this build, okay? I mean, I can go a bit further, but you see already how strong it is. There is not much to say. You see that we are doing tier 17s easy. We are doing our strat with the rogue exiles easily, really. That people were saying it's very rippy. It's a joke, and not like people saying, oh, if you have like a build of 4 mirrors, this is like 1 to 1.5, but you can easily go for much less and still have like a very good version, okay, my friends? So, and if you want more DPS, you go for the crit version, but I'm not going for it because I am about to go for a new build, my friends, okay? So it's gonna be the Molten Strike, but it's a Molten Strike or the Lightning Strike, we will see, okay, my friends? So that was it with this video. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you saw how strong this build is and how effective it is. I mean, it is very tanky, the DPS feels alright and so on. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment what you have to say about this build, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe to see even more videos, my friends. I'm gonna put the POB under the video description so that you can copy everything as you want and take your time. And for the rest, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, nice night, and then we will see us on the next video, on the next stream on Twitch. Bye bye, love ya, stay safe.